Drake. We could talk about Drake dissing Kendrick Lamar, and we got to talk about Uzi eating a roach and tattooing. Like, matter of fact, let's talk about this now. Actually, you know, I wonder. I wonder. I wonder how aware Lil Uzi is. I think people. I've always told y'all, people like Lil Uzi and Playboy Cardi, they might seem like they're these above it all type of people in the terms of reacting or responding on social media, but these guys are really smart. They come from that social media clout era, but they've also mastered the the skill of not being as present, which is good because if you're always on social media posting all the time, like you kind of lose that mystique. They're not always present, but they see everything, and everything they're doing is usually sometimes for a reaction, right? So they know they know what's gonna fuck up the game. They don't have to be on the shit all the time, like responding to comments and LOLing and liking, right? I think they both do that to a reasonably, actually not even reasonable. I think they do it really well. Anyway, we've seen recently Lil Uzi Vert. We got a new head tattoo. Not too sure what the heck this is, but he got a new head tattoo. We see this. Is this a diamond here? He got some diamonds over here. He got the little septum thingy or whatever. You know what I mean? He doing all that. Nigga, that black and white picture will not erase his chapped lip. You know what I mean? Just gotta lick it real quick. Real quick. Okay, Uzi? You my boy though. But still, that's not really the main thing that people are talking about with Uzi. People are talking about Uzi kind of showcasing him tattooing his tongue with a upside down cross. Now, notoriously, an upside down cross. I could Google what it means. Upside down cross, meaning. Give me a second. What the fuck? They just open. Huh? Damn, man, you just scared the hell out of me. I'm fine. I don't need no water. I'm drinking coffee. But you can leave it. I'll come get it in a second. Thank you, mommy. Well, I'm trying to make sure I'm hydrated. Let's see. What does an upside down cross symbolize? Oh my God. I went to Christianity.com. Let's just keep it here, right? In Christianity, it's associated with the martyrdom of Peter the Apostle. The symbol originates from the Catholic tradition that when sentenced to death, Peter requested that his cross be upside down, as he felt unworthy of being crucified in the same manner as Jesus. Okay. Let's see if we could. We want to know what it means in pop culture. So let me go here. The inverted cross is a recurrent motif in metal music, particularly in black metal, in congruity with its anti-Christian themes. One known example is Glenn Benton of the band D-Side, who branded an inverted cross into his forehead. Former Black Sabbath drummer Bill Ward suggested that the use of an inverted cross on the inner gatefold sleeve of their debut album by their label may have been a promotional ploy or a misunderstanding of the nature, okay? Many horror films use it as a part of their imagery and marketing, especially the film involves demonic themes, especially The Conjuring and Paranormal Activity. Okay, somebody says, and this is Wikipedia, so they're going to add real modern stuff. Playboy Cardi is known to wear 2 diamond-encrusted pendants of the cross during his poor performance. Okay. All right. So it basically is like seem in pop culture to stand for some antichrist and anti-spiritualist, or let's just say antichrist, Christian type of symbol. Now, this is Uzi getting it tatted here. By the way, back in the day, Uzi Offset beef, they got into it when Offset was supposedly saying, yo, listen, it's kind of whack that you guys are embracing this upside down cross thing. And by the way, X was kind of doing it too. Sa Baby was doing it, and look, Uzi is Garner, blah blah blah. I don't know if there's a picture of it on here anymore. This is like an old beef. Here, cross. Here it goes. And then Uzi starts trolling him. Then he has 666 right here. A lot of like, demonic type of stuff. Offset was in the comments like, I'll pray for you. Essentially, Uzi has been really embracing this demonic energy, right? I've told you that people that are around Uzi, they claim he's not worshiping the devil. He doesn't like. I hate to burst people's bubble, but he's only doing this to fuck with y'all. Like, you know what I mean? He's not that type of person, right? So let me see if I can pull up the video. Actually, here's the video. Here's the video of the cross. And I guess, like, in reality, if you ask me, I hate to say this, but Uzi's 27 years of age, to still trying to be somewhat edgy and doing some stuff that you've been doing 5-6 years ago, I just don't get it. You get what I mean? Like, I think Uzi's almost showing that he's stunted his growth. Uzi's 27 but wants to act 18. He wants to act 21. Now, granted, his music is the youth. His influence is the youth. But you're growing, and you're not showing, like, obviously he's a great musician, so he's always going to make great music. But every artist wants to have some edginess. His edginess just seems to be very stagnant in something that I'm calling cap that he doesn't believe in. I don't believe that. First of all, here's another thing too. If Uzi was this demonic devil worshiping person, when XXXTentacion died, and by the way, he was buried, and there was people of Christian faith who officiated or whatever his funeral, you wouldn't show up. Like, again, you have to realize that these artists are doing it, and I just think the same trick doesn't work when you keep doing it. And I've looked at the comments, like, just look at the comments. So I can pull up these comments. Look at what everybody's saying. Like, before it was like, really, oh snap, what's going on here? People were curious. Some people were like, oh no, he's just being himself. Oh, some people were trying to justify it. Well, there's other meanings. Now people just kind of look at it and be like, yo, come on, man, what's going on with this, man? Like, it's played out. You're going to see comments like this. It's played out. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm wondering if Uzi's only way of trying to be edgy is to still tap into this one trick that is just like, nobody actually believes that you really are in. Like, I mean, let me not say that, because some people actually, they're going to chalk up his success to devil worshiping, which I don't think worshiping the devil will give you a career. But it just feels old and played out. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels entirely old and played out. And the mere fact that he's going further with it to tattoo his tongue, I don't think it's making him look edgy. I think it's just making him look stuck. There's a lot of artists these days that are kind of like stuck. Like, you know what I mean? We are at the point where some of these great musicians, and again, I'm not talking about their musical talent, because, Uzi's an amazing musician. But one of the things what separates the majority of these dudes from, like, say, a Kanye West, these guys are trying to be stuck at a particular age. Like, like Uzi wants to be 22 forever. You get what I mean? Like, keep in mind, Uzi was one of those dudes who, when he was talking about people in music, he said, if you're over 25, you're old. You're old head. By Uzi's own words, he's an old head tattooing upside down cross on his tongue. like again, I'm only going by his own words, and I say that not to indict him and make him feel any type of way, or people like, oh, you don't rock with Uzi now. No, I do rock with Uzi, but I think Uzi, like many other people, is they stunt their own growth. So look, Uzi, old head, 25. I think I don't know. I think he said that on video. Let's play a Diamonds Live video. Here we go. Come on.
Gang, gang, and
Right.
guys,
Right.
timestamp it.
Look, back in 2017, right? And again, there's similar themes when you start thinking about Uzi and Drake. When Drake started to, I would never rap after 35, it's like Drake couldn't even fathom himself not being a playboy who was this young 20-something-year-old trying to figure out life, and he never wanted to mature his content beyond that point. So maybe that's why he was saying, I'm not going to continue to make music after that point. You get what I mean? Now, Uzi saying that if you're 25 and up, you're old, I don't think he thinks he's an old head. I think Uzi still thinks he's 21. Right? Now, granted, I always tell people, like, when I always think about age in terms of mindset more than the number. But you also have to look at growth. And I'm looking at Uzi, and I'm like, I think Uzi is, Uzi's at an interesting point because Uzi's impact is still at the TikTok generation. Like, Drake's impact really isn't meant for the TikTok generation. I think Uzi's impact is still at the TikTok generation. And also, like, songs like I Just Wanna Rock, kind of, it's a good fork in the road for Uzi, because Uzi was one of them dudes he started dancing a lot early, and everything kind of came full circle with this, I Wanna Rock type of movement. But we also got to be honest. Uzi's 27. He's not saying nothing. You know what I mean? And it's only so long, granted, he's short and he kind of looks youthful because, he looks young. But it's only so long you could do this I Wanna Rock and try to be 21. And I don't know if he's trying to be, like, edgy. It comes across like he's trying to be edgy when he's tattooing these type of things and keeps saying the same boring, verbiage. My thing is this, and let me just give you it in totality for me. Uzi, if you really believe these things, you should take it to the next step, not a tattoo. Okay, that's like a high school girl getting a tattoo of a heart because her parents told her not to. If you believed any of these Christ-like sentiments, you should be going further with it. Now, I don't know what that would be, but just constantly doing these little things, I think people are played out of it. Because in reality, we're calling cap. We don't believe it no more. You get what I mean? We know that after you get like another platinum record or you got a number one with I Wanna Rock, you're praying, you're like, yo, thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy. We don't believe this no more. So it kind of looks like, it looks forced. And when we think about forced, I think that's what you meant in the sense of being an old nigga, where if you're, again, I don't care, I don't think it's about age, but it feels like you're trying to hold on to this edgy youthfulness like a rebellious teenager, and a rebellious teenager is just not what you are anymore. And it's okay not to be the rebellious teenager anymore. You're a leader of a generation, but you're a vet. You get what I mean? Like, you're a whole veteran, right? And again, I am all for people to be edgy to promote and help their artistic creativity, but let's be honest. You looked ridiculous dressing up as the devil and doing the I Wanna Rock dance. The devil is not doing that. Like, the devil probably sent you deeper than hell after seeing you do the TikTok dance, I Wanna Rock dance while dressing up as him. So if it's supposed to be artistic or creative, it's falling flat. If it's supposed to be edgy, we're kind of looking at you like, is this it? You've been doing this for 5 years. We're trying to find the next type of wave. And I know artists usually feel like because they have these cult following, they could just stunt their growth. I think stunting your growth is never good. And I think this is why we have people like Kanye. Because no matter what you can say about Kanye, he's gone through a lot of different phases. He's always embraced growth. And if it was anybody who could have stunted their growth and still gone out like an extreme legend would be Kanye. You'd think if Kanye didn't hold on to this whole soul sample with the boom bap beats or whatever the case is, people wouldn't love him. But you know what he did? He embraced new change. He embraced new stuff. You know what he said? 808 and heartbreaks. Let me embrace this whole phenomenon of how 808s could be changing our culture and changing music. And he's always kind of trying to infuse everything. I'm still looking at Uzi, and I think it's unfortunate that we're looking at him like he's a teenager. Like, let's be honest. When you look at Uzi, again, I'm glad that, he doesn't look old, by the way. He doesn't look old, but you kind of think of him like a teenager. You're like, oh, okay. That's just Uzi trying for the kids. It just is what it is. And again, if this is something he feels passionate about, I would like to see it represented better artistically, or him to get into it more, because he clearly wants to express this to his audience. He's not like some devil worshiper who just goes to his devil church or whatever they go do, and he's secretly praying to the devil. He wants to let his tens of millions of fans know that he's into some satanic things. So if that's not artistic, expound upon it. But again, I think this is just a way for him to try to keep his edge. I just think the edge is gone if that's what you're trying to do. We all know you're the wannabe Lucifer guy, okay? The wannabe Lucifer guy who is not ready to die. You know what I mean? Like after a certain point, you know what I mean? People grow up and it's like, it just looks ridiculous, right? You're so infatuated with the devil and devilish symbols, but you ain't ready to die. You are like, come on, right? It's just crazy. So I'm sorry to say, maybe that's me growing up, right? And that's probably maybe a reflection of me. And I want to be very fair with this critique. It might be a reflection of myself more than him, because I think Uzi, even though he's 27 and according to him he'd be an old nigga, he's still trying to make music and do things for the 15-year-old. He wants an audience from 15 to 20. So when you outgrow him and now you're like 30, like I am, or you're in your late 20s and you're like, dog, like I can't really, it's not that amusing anymore that you're, he's probably like, all right, well, y'all kick rocks. There's some new 15-year-old who's on TikTok who wants to get a Sharpie and write a upside down thing on their face, and they could be edgy too. I don't know. You get what I mean? So it is what it is. Somebody says, N-Toxian says, I'll say it for you. He fell off. The diamond in the head didn't give him the publicity. I don't think he's doing this for publicity. I think he's doing this for an edge. I think he just wants to be edgy. It's been interesting. I'll give this take, which I do believe. I think in the last 2 to 3 years, my observation of rappers, Playboi Carti and Uzi, two guys who are, without a doubt, founding fathers of the new Clout era that happened in music, which basically was the shift of the older rappers acknowledging the new youth and the new wave, and these new rappers becoming superstars. In the last 2 years, it became a little bit interesting as people were looking at these guys to see if they're still as creative. Are they going to fall off? And I'll say this, Playboi Carti knocked it out the park. Playboi Carti has been, like, again, the way I hear people talk about Playboi Carti now, and not only fans, his peers, they talk about him as an artist. They're appreciating his artistry. They didn't used to talk about him when like this back in 2016. That wasn't the thought. They thought he was cool. They thought he made some good songs, but they didn't, like, they're talking about him like he's a genius. So I think he answered that call. There's also been questions for Uzi. And I think for Uzi, it's been more of, is he dropping stuff that's not sticking? And a lot of times I don't see these leaks. So there's still like a group of fans that are watching the leaks. I'm waiting for the album, right? That's why I've had these discussions with a lot of people about, did he fall off? I'm waiting for the album. So to me, he didn't fall off. But some people feel like, he's been missing here and there. However he does his thing, he found another one. So this I Wanna Rock thing, He's answered that question yet again. Now, will he follow it up with another hit? When will the album come in? I don't know. But just me saying what I believe about, his career, I think him and Cardi been in a searching period for the last 2-3 years. I think Cardi answered the question and knocked it out the park. And I think Uzi has recently just answered the question. And I think that's why you're seeing a new, new recommitment to doing the weird stuff to still seem edgy and confusing rather than just seem like a regular artist putting out songs that just wasn't connecting until this I Wanna Rock song. And now we're waiting for the album, right? Like, you want to tell me that we're waiting for the pink tape for however long, but every 2 days he's in a tattoo shop saying, hey, tattoo a devil right here. Hey, tattoo this upside down cross right here. Hey, come on now. Come on. You get what I mean? So that's what I believe. You guys could let me know. All right? Somebody says he fell off, not falling off. No. Uzi, again, I love his music. So, I just can't admit that he fell off. And I keep saying, how could we say an artist fell off without them dropping official material? How did he fall off? Being absent doesn't mean you fell off. Right? Especially when your last project was so good. Somebody said engagement-wise, he's falling off. How? Anthony Robinson, you gotta tell me what that means. Since you mentioned engagement-wise, let's go to his Instagram. You know, I love using Instagram as Lil Uzi Vert. If you ask me, I think Uzi and Cardi are still in competition. And I think Cardi got to this position that Uzi isn't at, where I don't think people look at Uzi as this, generational, they're almost looking at it, they look at him like how they look at Kanye, Travis, Young Thug, Cardi. It's it's different. I don't even know how to explain it. They look at Kanye, Travis, Young Thug, Cardi as some, I don't even know what that word is. But Cardi's in that mix, right? And I think with Uzi, we all look at him as a hit maker, but that's about it. You get what I mean? Somebody said, nah, Ak is drunk. Nah, man. Really? Somebody says Uzi's an old man now. He can't keep up with the youngins. Nah, he's 27. He's not old at all. He's not old at all. My thing when I mention his age is that it's only so many times you could do the same trick. If every day I came on here and I made, I don't know, I made a coin disappear. The very first time is wow. Maybe even the fifth time is still wow, how is he doing this? Maybe the 10th time you're this guy, I still can't figure it out. After doing this for 5 years, you're bro, we literally see you put the coin on the opposite side. You never show us behind here. Then you do some weird, you know what I mean? You figure out the magic trick, right? The best part of the magic trick is when nobody knows. I feel Uzi just keeps doing the same. And I imagine he would probably say, no, I'm not doing this for any type of, musical reasons. But I think this devilish stuff, again, there's not one person who's ever been around Uzi that says Uzi does anything weird. And what I mean by anything weird, Azalea Banks, I don't know which country she's from, but she literally showed off a closet where she sacrificed chickens. She cut off the heads of animals and have them there. She's weird. She's not pretending. She is. With Uzi, I've never heard anyone say, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I walked in and Uzi was praying to the devil. Everyone says he's regular. He's just a Philly dude. Which just kind of tells me, bro, he's just doing this stuff in music. It's imagine Future, who was all about lean. Imagine if nobody had a story of Future ever sipping lean outside of a music video or like when the cameras was on in studio. You'd be like, yo, I mean, that's the storyline he's selling y'all, but like he's a regular dude. That's just what we're here with Uzi. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like all these little outfits, they're cute. Like this, I guess it's cute. You know what I mean? But it's like he's a regular person, man. He's like a regular person. So it is what it is. All right. Well, somebody said Future don't do drugs. Well, he doesn't abuse it from what I hear no more. He still does it. Stop it. All right. Anyway, so by the way, I think he ate a roach recently. Did I see that? I didn't really watch the video, but apparently everybody's in Thailand now for they're in Thailand because of Rolling Loud Thailand, right? Rolling Loud went to Thailand for whatever reason, and Uzi ate a roach. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Scorpion was straight.
So that's a roach, and that's Uzi.
Yeah, boy. Likewise.
Whoa, what going?
Likewise.
I cannot believe you just did that.
Likewise. Mentally threw up.
I cannot believe you did that.
That's nasty. But all right, okay, cool. Somebody said, "Why you call it Thailand? No, is it Thailand? I thought it was Thailand. Thailand? No, it's Thailand. Thailand. All right, my bad." Nigga said, "You must be Hassan Campbell. You called it Thailand." Nah, stop it, bro. All right. Okay. All right. Listen, Uzi, we love your music. I'll tell you this though, and I want to compare Uzi to someone who I feel he's in the same realm as. Okay, I don't think Uzi's in the realm of the Young Thugs and Kanye's or whatever, but I think he could be possibly in the realm of. I don't even know if this is a fair comparison, but still, like, nah, this ain't a fair comparison. I was gonna try to do a Weeknd comparison, but the only thing is I was gonna say the Weeknd, you could tell he's taken a musical journey from where he started to make music and his artistry. Even with Dawn FM, it might not be a knockout the park. You're constantly seeing him trying to evolve. And yes, he doesn't talk a lot. Like Uzi doesn't talk a lot. And is the Weeknd weird? Yes. Is Uzi weird? Supposedly, yes. But you see his art and his way of trying to get attention or the edge that he's trying to keep. It seems to be going somewhere rather than just be random. You know what I mean? Like, bro, come on. You know what I mean? All right. Obviously, the Weeknd's way better. You get what I mean? Or not better. Bigger, as you said. But I love Uzi's music. I just want him to find new Gimmick. Or if you love the devil so much, make an album about the devil. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, brother, it's only so long you can start tattoo. Like, make an album about it. If you love the devil so much, make an album about the devil. We'll listen. And if it's trash, we'll throw it away too. All right. Okay. Interestingly enough,